So I'm driving into the studio. Got a couple of sessions today, sound appointments, and just kind of wanted to share. Um, Today is a week since I had this experience, whatever else to call it, an experience of I had some things coming up for me, just um, remembrances, memories, and this right here, just below the right at the V of the ribs, like lower heart space, upper um, solar plexus, and the deeper I sat with the feels that were coming up, with uh, the memories that were arising, um, the more I could see this attachment, this spider bot. Um, Felt like like a seed that had been planted at some point, um, and it's time for you to go. Like, sorry, this is happening today. Um, it's time for it to go. And as I began to really see it for what it was, this it's not really mine. It's not me. It's not part of me. It was something in me, but not of me. Um, the more I began to call it out, the more aggressive it became. To the point that I was in my bed on my hands and knees, you know, just crying and speaking in uh, source language flowing through, and it was like this large um, spider-like entity, um, reminiscent of some R.H. Geiger alien type imagery, and it was just like, almost like this is mine and you can't have it, and it was just super resistant. So I reached out to a couple of individuals, uh, soul tribe peeps to assist, um, because it was really attacking. And one directed me to immediately go get into a salt bath. And so I agreed, yes, that's exactly what I need to do. I crawled my way to my bathroom and made myself a salt bath, climbed into the tub, and then as I just sat there, it started to shrink, like become smaller and smaller, and the less resistant I became to it, the, the less I became like angry and aggressive at it, the more it chilled, the more it kind of backed down. And when I made the bath, I felt like I was climbing into the tub to actually give birth. Um, I had both of my children in water in a tub, and this felt very reminiscent um, of that energy. So as I was sitting there, I had actually, I have a case, the waterproof case for my phone, and I had already prepared it because I already knew. And another dear sister called me in the moment, and I was not in the space that I could actually speak much English. I was processing just deep tears and frustrations. Again, they did not feel as though they were mine. It was this somewhat collective, but also like the the feels of this entity, this being, this like its fears. And what began to take place was a birthing process, and I physically went through what felt like an actual birth. And I actually had to visualize, and with my fingers, I ran around my rib cage and around the area in which I could feel this stuck black tar-ish kind of spidery goo thing. And as I cut it away, very gently and lovingly, it began to drop. And I basically had to bring it into the light. And so I began to sing what I can only describe as like a source language lullaby. And the more I sang to it, the more it surrendered and made its way out. And I energetically caught it and embraced it with, in my hands, this nurturance and loving it through acceptance of it. And the woman that was basically my birth doula through the process, she was also visualizing and seeing um, various archangels and uh, ascended masters, um, assistants, basically assistants from the other side, welcoming it and taking it, which I also saw. I saw it like go into that, so like someone else's hands, and be carried away, and it became this like delicate, innocent, tiny little light, this little, just like a little child, a little toddler who was so fragile, but it was so grateful um, and endearing, um, appreciative, and like it knew it was safe, and basically allowed the water to take it away and take it into the ocean, um, and continue to move into the light. It was a really profound experience and really kind of hard to vocalize, I guess. And I know it may sound insane to most people, or a large portion of the population, unable to really hear or interpret. But I also know that there are those of you that get it, that can comprehend it. After it was complete, I basically went and laid down. Well, I made myself some food. I was like ravenously hungry, as though I had just given birth. Um, Ate some food and made myself a smoothie filled with nutrients, and um, went and laid down and took like, 4 or 5 hour nap. And for the next few days, it was like recovering from a surgery or a birth, and um, I have felt this lightness within myself since then, more freedom. Like there's more space, yet simultaneous this place where it was is still super tender, and requires to be nurtured and loved and taken care of. So I have to watch my activities a bit. In fact, today is the first day I will have done any massage work since then, because it really just took me out physically. Um, so we'll see how this goes. But today I feel really good. Like some things lifted, some things moving. I feel a forward movement, um, motivation. It's been quite a fucking journey this last week. This life. Um, I don't know. To me, it speaks of you can't battle. You can't battle it. You've got to love it. You can't battle yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to be patient with yourself. You got to do your best in every moment, and sometimes that best might not be comparative to the best of the day before or last week or last year. Just being in alignment, connecting, listening, following that guidance. Um, yeah, so still taking care of myself. So I haven't played with the staff in a while. I do have it with me in hopes that I might have a moment to play with it today in the studio because it's also been freaking cold as shit outside. Um, but the sun is out today, even though it's like in the 30s or something. The sun is out, and so that feels really nice and alive. Yeah, so I hope to be able to at least get a few minutes in. I've just really had to be uh, allow the space to chill and be not overworked, not overused, because it's right there at the core. So, the staff has a lot of core work actually in it. So I had to back off, which has kind of missed it. But see, even that laughter, ooh, it's tender right there. But I also noticed that it's shifting up through the heart space. So, like on the back side, I feel, different vertebrae moving and shifting. I feel this energy just kind of moving up, and really it's helping to just further open up this heart chakra, to further step into myself, to further embrace me, the true version of me, like the deep known version of self, to remember and continuously remember more and more and more of who I truly am, who I beyond this three-dimensional reality, beyond Gaia herself, who I am, and yet recognition that I am also Gaia. I am an aspect and a piece. We are all part of her, and the more we connect, the more we feel, the more we move through these rabbit holes of this journey. Um, that's a whole nother topic, the rabbit holes. I may do another video on that later because it is related and connected, yet separate topic. Anywho, I am at the studio and I need to prepare myself and get the space warmed up so that people on my table don't freeze their booties off. But I just wanted to share, and yeah, it's been a week since that took place, and I know I moved so much energy through that process, beyond myself, beyond like it felt really profound on like the whole of existence itself, of what took place, like beyond the collective, beyond just, it was multidimensional. In fact, I'm still processing it a bit. And that was also, after having um, the mushroom ceremony the Saturday before that, which I would also like to go a little bit deeper into that. I know I mentioned, but I've been processing what like it led to this birth. So it's just been yeah. It's been fucking intense. What is life, right? Oh, but it's good. Life is good. Things are moving. And yet it's also like this back and forth energy of like, oh, I feel really turtle-like and like very Tortuga tortoise, slow moving, and then boom, like this rabbit energy comes in. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Things are happening. Get this done. Da 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 da. And then I feel really turtle like. Just go inside here and like regroup, reculminate the energy, and then boom, something else comes in. It's like, oh, insight, direction, clarity, but yet still like with all of these like bits and pieces coming in while there's like this movement, it's not this movement. Um, and I know that like we also have this Mercury retrograde coming soon, um, which I actually enjoy retrogrades, but there are things I do have to take into consideration within them. Is knowing that everything is kind of gonna slow down a bit. There's, the movement is very different. It does give you time to like regroup and recollect and resort and everything, and it feels like, well, what the fuck have we already been doing for like the whole of January has been that, and yet here we have this like Mercury wave of it. So it's like, so I'm like, okay, so between like, in the next week, are we gonna have some like boom, 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 some things really take place? Because I need some things to like, okay, we've got this, now let's go and get this organized, be done with that. Now we can sit back into this retrograde and like allow the other bits to come in, the other pieces, for things to continuously formulate into this bigger structure of where we're going and what we're doing. Because it's like, I have all these insights of like, okay, I see where I'm being called to go. I hear what I'm being, what, the things that I need to work on, the things I need to put together, and yet I still don't have this like super clear picture of like how that all like fits together and exactly where I'm going, and maybe that's not to be known, but like there's nothing really solid just yet. Like everything is like, yes, it looks like this is what's about to take place, um, and it feels like this is what's going on, and these shifts that are taking place, and it's just not right there yet. We're almost. It's like, come on! I'm ready! But are you? But are you? Oh, I think so. I want to be. I feel like I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe. Kind of. I am. I don't know. Anywho, again. Ramble. I'm gonna go warm up my space. Much love to all of you. Anyone that resonates, and anyone that doesn't resonate. Whatever works. But I just wanted to share, and I feel really called to that. It's important that I continue to do so. Um, so likely more shares coming for me. So get used to it. Love you all. Take care.